issues of managing health in long-term care facilities are long-standing, and the focus of long-term care providers on health and safety of their residents and their staff long predates COVID, as do some of the staffing challenges and just the systemic.
You can see them when they're flying, but man, when they land, they blend in. That guy came flying out from between my legs. That one took a major hit, but there we go. Mushrooms. And the white pine. I got a new little support to hold my phone on the handlebars of the bicycle. I tried this a couple weeks ago, but the support I had was wobbly. It was made out of plastic, and it rotated, so it was a perfectly fine item, but it didn't work. When you rode on the bike, it was shaking around. Well, I got a new one. It's all metal, and it's solid. And I trimmed the driveway sides. The driveway had been closing in with wildflowers leaning over and falling on. I didn't want to cut them. It seemed like a sacrilege to me, but while I gave in today, I used a hedge trimmer and went along and clipped things back and then took the mower down there. So I want to see how it looks from the bike. Suki's going to come along. Come on, Suki. Well, good morning. I've been having an ongoing, torturous, minor issue when I come out in the mornings to take my coffee. I sit there, drip, 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 directly down right next to me. It's been driving me crazy. I've got the tin that I used for the woodsheds, for the roofs of the woodsheds. No! Come! Come on! God, is that easy? Easy. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is going to do. Good deal. I realized yesterday I hadn't seen a tick for at least a week. Crawling tick, attached tick, deer tick, wood tick, nothing. Which is further confirming my theory that they go on vacation about beginning mid-July until, I don't remember when they start showing up. I don't remember that there was a second wave of, look out, the ticks are back in the fall, late summer and fall. What I'm remembering mostly is beginning mid-April, look out, because there are a lot. I've got vestiges of a deer tick bite on my chest. It's been there since at least a month, if not 5 weeks ago, 5 or 6 weeks ago. And they are the ones that make you suffer. Regular wood ticks, unless they inject you with anaplasmosis or whatever Suki got, or Lyme disease, or the tick-borne illnesses, the wood tick bites themselves are not a big deal. I've never seen a toad like that. All right, this is the next day. Take 2 on the bike deal. So, as you saw, yesterday's take was out of focus. And the camera wasn't auto-focusing. Were the vibrations causing it not to focus or go out of focus? I don't know. I went online and looked up a commercially made product like this, and everybody was raving about it, except the first review in line was, don't waste your money. It vibrates and shakes. There's no damping. So even a product made for handlebars like that, whole lot sexier looking than, no, actually mine is sexier, I think. The natural organic look, the cold steel, well, aluminum. So I got it on backwards, don't I? Jesus, God. I don't think I'm ever going to learn. I want the open side, so the screen, so I can see the whole screen on the camera. All right. I'll be giving you a test run with me in just a mo. One of the neat functions with this camera is you can lock the focus in as well as the exposure, so it's not constantly seeking or changing depending on light or dark. I'd rather let it change with light or dark, but I can't do lock focus without it, so let's see what we get. In place, locked down. Come on, Suki, don't lay down. Going for a bike ride to the mailbox. All right. Oh, I forgot to lock the focus. There we go. No mail. Okay. Four partridges just took off. Ironically, I was just thinking about partridge this morning. Realizing I hadn't seen any for all summer, all spring. And boom, bang. I just restocked my pocket with doggy treats, and she always knows. She hears it in the house. Comes over and wants one. Now for the next 10 minutes she's going to be campaigning for a treat. And I refuse to give her one unless she's done something to deserve it. Well, it's a beautifully warm day. Beautifully warm in the sense it's maybe 80, but low humidity. Just wonderful. Feel the sun on me, and had a hankering to start working. But no, not yet. See what I mean by the word campaigning? All I have to do is move my hand. Yeah. There must be something tasty in there. No. If I touch my pocket, there must be a treat in there. Well, all right, I'm going inside to take a nap. It's 1:25 or so, and it's nap time. I don't think I've recorded these flowers. They're sensational. Remind me of lavender, but they aren't, of course, not being here in the Northwoods.
To partly cloudy, lows in the low to mid 50s, winds light northwesterly. Sunny tomorrow, highs only in the mid to upper.
we're going to take a ride in the bike out to power lines up by the highway to see if I can find firewood oaks that are either dead, dying, alive, but don't need to be there. And I want to bring you with us, Suki and me. I guess I better get my button gear. Or we're gonna have mutiny, rebellion. I think it's pretty amazing. This bike was unused, neglected, rested out in the Chuck's garage for 2 years at least. When I first moved over here, that's where it went, and I never thought another thing about it. You get it out and over here, put air in the flat tires, and away we go. There's hardly any air moving today. First day in a week or more. Well, I didn't even for a moment consider bringing mosquito repellent along. Jesus. Kind of hate to walk out there in the midst of all this mosquito resting acreage. Well, there are oaks out here. That one. And then another one further back. But they're healthy and they're not big enough to take anyway. Beautiful oak right here. And it's red oak too. Aren't these delightful? Well, I just realized that an oak I was looking at, that's the lot line marker. That's not on our property. Rats. Everything else out here along the highway is gonna be popple. It's not is gonna be, it is popple. I could take this birch. It's a live, healthy tree. Once again, why take it? Well, just for the sake of firewood. Looks like it's leaning, although it's leaning that way on the bottom. It's leaning toward me as it gets higher up, so that would fall very beneficially. One, yeah, that one. And that would be very appropriate to take. It's a bur oak, but it's being shaded. It's never going to amount to much. I've been wanting to come out here on this little piece of land and explore it. I've never been out here much. No, I've never been out here, period, to look things over. I've been waiting for fall when the leaves are down. A lot easier to get visibility and movement. Oh, there's another oak, but it's too scrawny. There's another oak right there. I hate to take well, look at all the dead branches down below. It's a little bit sparse up on top, the leaves are, and it's heavily shaded. That would be a good candidate too. A dead one right here. Well, that could definitely be taken. Truck's first fire pit. I remember the day I came over here in October when he had finally purchased the property. In my first trip over, I arrived and he was sitting on a lawn chair with the fire going, pack of wieners on his lap, and a fire stick and a wiener on it. Those were the days, my friend. We hoped they'd never end. Oh yeah, I was gonna walk. I remember seeing on drone footage yesterday or a couple days ago this path that Dennis, the neighbor, mowed last summer or summer before. He came all the way up, mowed path, went right up to the lot line, did a circle around, and it was pretty much an act of passive aggression toward us. He was not happy about our presence here. Isn't it something how we move through the progression, the sequence of blooming things, or the season for this plant and that wildflower and all the perennials that take their turn. What I was going to mention was Dennis came up here one time, either before Chuck had bought the land or just after, and there was a whole mob of cars, pickup trucks, and people parked right up where the driveway is now. I guess I don't remember well enough about where. For some reason, Dennis was really intimidated and annoyed by all our friends encroaching on his property. So maybe they were parked partially on his property, I don't know. And it wasn't our doing, it was the Beltrami Electric Co-op. They were out here trimming under the power lines. And he thought it was our doing somehow. They were all our friends and they were being disrespectful of his property. I don't think we've ever had a chance to clarify that it wasn't us. We weren't trespassing. He knows us better now. He knows we would never, that's not the kind of people we are. What a classic July summer day. They were talking about the forecast on the Minnesota Public Radio this morning, and the weather guy, the meteorologist, was just almost beside himself to be able to give us such good news, how it's going to be mid 70s to low 80s, very low humidity, endless sun, It's the kind of day you look back on 6 months from now and think, oh man, why didn't I cherish that more at the time? But at the time, like right now, yep, that's the way it is here. Right now, I'm in it. What sweet guys. I've never walked along his trail. Oh, that's a clump of birch. 2, 4, 6, 7. Wow, love that. I should go up in there. The trail goes through there and through there. And when I came up here in, what was it, mid-May, late May, this was all wide open. Both of these trails are wide open. Look at them. That's amazing, isn't it? Well, these are hazelnuts. That's a mullein. So I'm looking west. Love the clouds. And now I'm looking east. Okay, side note, this is all hazelnut. This looks just about as it did 3 years ago when Chuck and I came and explored this property before he bought it. And the hazelnut bushes were just about as high as they are now. And then they were gone the next year or two because Beltrami Electric had come in and cut everything. I can't fault them for that. And gladly enough, they don't poison it. That I would really object to. Just killing everything. Should we go back to the house? Oh, look at her look at me. My hand like there's something in there. I never give her treats with that hand. Do I? Do I? You've been brush running. Should we go? Better be careful, I'm gonna run off the road here. That would not be recommended. I still haven't been able to find what these are. I mean, look at all of them. I'm gonna get the memory card. All right. This is the handheld. And the legs open up like that. And you got a push button down here so that you can set it whatever angle you need. And this is the support from here up. And you put your phone in here, tighten down the screw, and away you go. This comes out, I can be able to, I can too. This comes out, quick release, so you can remove the phone and the carrier quickly. This is the one that I had on the bike, and it is weak in here. But the purpose of this is you can unscrew and rotate this to the horizontal position, which means it's going to be, then the phone is going to be vertical. Yeah.